I'm Real Genetic Demon, and this is What's on the Tape Season 2, Volume 7. God, we'll go through these. What we've got now is W.H. Smith C15 to see what's on it. Now, this one intrigued me. I pulled this out of a box of tapes that I've got, and it intrigued me because what it says it's got on it is pictures. Now, are these saved screens from the Spectrum? I do not know. I don't know. I mean, somebody's they've obviously taped over it again. But I'm intrigued by this. This really does intrigue me. This seems an interesting idea. There's nothing in the case. We don't have anything really in the case. In fact, somebody's gone to a lot of trouble to tip X out various bits and pieces. So there's nothing in the actual case that gives us any clue towards it. It doesn't say anything else. What else have we got here? Yeah, this is made in Britain, this one. Made in Britain. Was this Boots? W.H. Smiths. W.H. Smiths were very good, actually, in the 80s. They didn't realise what they had. They had the games industry in their palm of their hand and then gave it away because their board decision decided that they thought that gaming was not the future. How wrong they were. Can you imagine being that member of that board now? I doubt that board exists, actually, to be honest. But anyway. Right, and in case that doesn't work, I have a backup tape. We have this one, which is US Gold's Dream Warrior, a complete game. Passing Shot. Now, I remember Passing Shot. I'm sure it was actually quite good from Imageworks. And then at the bottom, I have no idea. We've got something else. But we've got Your Sinclair this time round. Your Sinclair, 48k, a 128k. So we're in good shape there. So we've got those to try on the Spectrum. But anyway, this is our tape for today. Without further ado, I'm going to stick it into the tape player and we're going to give it a go. Hi, right, okay, so our tape's in a drive. Let's find out what it is. Let's go with the usual though. Let's go with the what I call load dit. So let's do load dit, and we'll see whether or not we can find out what's on this tape. Now, I'm quite interested to know what is actually on this tape. This could be an interesting one. I have no idea. I mean, it says pictures, but is it going to be pictures? I mean, Spectrum of pictures. I don't remember anybody ever. I'm listening. No noise yet. I don't remember anything with Spectrum to do with pictures, really. I mean, I used to save my own. I used to do screenshots that I used to create and then do those. But I never really did anything else with it. Oh, it's not pictures. This is Platoon. Oh. M128 loading. I'm making a mistake here, because if this is Platoon, we can load this in 128k. I remember Platoon. In fact, I've got Platoon somewhere. I'm going to put it on. I'm going to put a picture on the screen. Massive box. I'm just looking up at my shelves, and I remember it being. Yeah, it's a huge box. I mean, it's based on. Is it the Martin Scorsese movie of the same name about a platoon in Vietnam and their sort of, well, just general tragicness of the whole thing. To be fair, it's not from both sides, but. It's just a tragic war in general. I mean, funnily enough, I've just been finishing reading the Puncher Max version, The Platoon, by a writer called Garth Innes, one of my personal favourites. And Garth, he does do his homework. He discusses the problems with the M16 rifle, the fact that it doesn't work in the dirt, and Frank Castle that are sort of. He's not the protagonist. The thing about it is, the best. Comics with the Punisher, and he's like secondary to the other people. He's there as the sort of lieutenant looking after this platoon, but the platoon kind of leads the whole thing, and the story's read from their point of view. And he just changes their weapons for the M14s. Basically, manages to get some before they come out of the country. This is like 1966, I think, or 68, one of the two anyway, when the Americans went in. But as far as the Vietnamese are concerned, first they fought the Japanese, then they fought the French, and now they're fighting the Americans. It's just a very long war for them. So it's kind of a general. There's a sadness on both sides there. The Americans aren't sure why they're there, and the Vietnamese are just there to take back their country, and they'll fight any aggressors that try and take it. So, however, it's really interesting here. I would have expected a loading screen, but I don't know whether they had a loading screen on Platoon previously. Pictures, it was called. M128. I think this might not load though, because it's a 128 version. I don't know if the 48k mode of the machine actually will do anything different with it. Very weird. Very weird. There's on the front of the cover of the Platoon game. There's just the man stuff throwing his arms. Yeah, I think he'd been shot actually. To be honest with you, so throwing his arms in the air as he kind of gets finished off. Unfortunately, pretty sad, really. I'm honest. Pretty sad. What a dull way to start the thing, you know, with a bit of. Oh. Right, okay. I think this 128K. So what we're going to do... It says something about 128 coding there. Right. I'm going to rewind this. We're going to restart the specky. And press the brake. I'm going to restart the specky. And we're going to try it again. But this time we're going to try loading it to the 128K loader because that looks more likely to be the case because it definitely, I think it just ran out of memory there. So excuse me for the upscaler again. I know it upscales it to the wrong way, but there's just something for me about having the screen full properly or filled properly. Yeah. I'm going to grab the game and I'm going to see what it says in here, just out of interest. I don't remember it loading like this, though. It's interesting it says Platoon here, though. I like these things. I like it when they surprise me with what they actually are, and they're not what I thought they were going to be. That's the best part about it. Anyway, let me just stand up for a second. Right. The 128K. Now, the first casualty of war is innocence, is the tagline on it. It was an ocean game. What did it come with? Let's look at the pack. It came with a special Motown recording. Well, that's Tracks of My Tears by Smokey Robinson. Was included an audio cassette. What else did it come with? Oh, we're opening it up. Mine's come with something to do with Protec. Well, it's nothing to do with Protec. I haven't actually, to be fair, I haven't looked at this. It comes with a big old poster. And mine smells nice and musty, just like a loft, because that's where it's been, obviously, for the last number of years. I wonder if it was ever stuck... Oh, it was stuck up. There's blue tack marks in the corner. Something been dripped on the bottom. Oh, it's still blue tack. Oh, it's blue tack. It's that oil that goes through things. You remember that, when you used to blow tack up on all the walls, and you got that oily marks all over? Mother bloody hated it at the end of the day. Anyway, what else have I got in my... Oh, mine's included a Protec Hunter Killer manual for the Duel. I don't know where that is, if I've got it. Somebody's just hide it in here. And a Jet Set Willy card. The security for Jet Set Willy. That's kind of awesome. I'm missing the music tape, I think. And I have got the original 1987 version of it. I'm sure it's a Martin Scorsese movie. Let's just take out the bottom of it and have a little look at the bottom. Nope. I'm surprised I've got Jet Set Willy in there for a start off, but anyway. I'm just going to flip it over and have a look at the back cover. I'll put that on the screen if I can. The screenshots are clearly from different versions of the game, which is they used to get away with. They could be Commodore. I think they're Commodore. There's a Spectrum one on there. There's a couple of Spectrum ones there. It's kind of to give you the rigours of the horror that was the Vietnam War, unfortunately. You know, from tunnels to sort of jungles and wherever else. It's pretty harsh, to be honest with you. A man coming through the tunnels there with a knife in his hand. Okay. Various different elements of the game. Excellent. I want to remember to put that on there, actually. It's one of those things I'll probably forget, instantaneously forget. It's 128K and a 48K game. Poster included in this special pack. I don't know why I bought it, actually. Well, the thing is, I wouldn't mind so much, but I actually don't know why I bought Platoon. It was... I think I'd heard about the movie, but I wasn't really sure. It's one of the few... Oh, damn it, it's not going to load, is it? I don't know what this game is, and it feels like we should know it. Right, I'm flipping it over. Let's see what we've got on the other side of this tape. Let's see if we can fast forward a little bit first, and we'll see what's going on. Alright, fast forward. That's not good. Whatever that was not very good. That would be the end, it sounds like. Right, let's reset this anyway. Let's give it a... let's see if we can list it and see if we can see anything. Ah, damn. Right, okay, let's have another try then. See with the next part. That's not very good. All that loading and nothing happened. That's data.
I'm dying to find out what's on here, you know. Let's do... Right. Let's do load code and we'll see if we can get this to load some of it anyway. We'll give it a whirl. Rewind that a bit. There we go. See if something will load. Pub. Maybe. I don't know. If we can get a screen to load, I'll be interested to see if we can get something to load out of this. M128. Does it sound... I mean, it says Platoon, but does anybody remember this? Is this something that they recognise as a loading thing? Does that M128 loading kind of mean anything to anybody? It doesn't to me, unfortunately. It's not something I recognise. We're going to get a screenshot here. I think. Run. Okay. Nothing there that we can see. It's gone into the memory. Right, let's do a load again. Let's do load. That wasn't very good. I was hoping we'd be able to load the screen there. Yogis. I think this might actually be screenshots, though. I just thought it's interesting. M128. I'm really... Hang on, we'll break that. We'll do a load code again. I'll see if we can get something to actually load. Does anybody actually remember a picture program? Was there a picture program that was on the Spectrum? Yogis. Let's see whether... Sounds like a screen, but it doesn't seem to be loading it. What's the command? Now, I've forgotten what it is. I'm sure it's like load screen or something similar. And I can't remember the command on the keyboard to do that. I'm sure there is a load dollar screen on the Spectrum. I'm going to go grab my other Spectrum because I can see the keys on that. You just can't see it on... Actually, that was the weird thing about this, wasn't it? The +2. I mean, yeah, the basic would be you could type the commands in manually, you know, didn't have to press the buttons. But when you dropped to the 48K mode, you couldn't see the commands on the keys anymore. They're pretty much all gone, bar load code and a few others. Yeah, there we're going like that. Let me see if I can find load screen. Hang on. Right, not far away. I'm coming back. Hang on. I'm coming back. Right. I'm looking at... I've got a 128K. 128K. I've got 48K, should I say. I'm just going to have a look at the screen. I am convinced there is a load screen thing. We might be able to shortcut this and find out what the hell's on here. Loads. I'm sure it's dollar screen. Somebody's shouting at the key. Shouting at me right now, going, "Yes, it is. There it is." Right. Okay. That would be symbol shift dollar screen. Right. Let's see if we can do that. Because I'm dying to find out what's on here. That sounds good. Right. Okay. So, load. It's on the K key and it's symbol shift K. No. Delete. Can you do that? Delete. That's a plus. Is it symbol shift? Oh, maybe it's not. It's extended mode, maybe. Extend. Extended mode. Okay. No, that's len. Such a wonderful selection of different things on the Spectrum, you know, commands, so you can push buttons. What is that? Len's the top one. Oh, is it cap shift? Just try that. I can't remember. Cap shift K, no. So it's not symbol shift K because you get that. Not extended mode. Oh, what's the mode? That's extended mode. Extended mode, symbol shift. There! That's it! Extended mode, symbol shift, and the K key. That's what gives us load screen. Let's do that. Let's see whether or not this really is a screen. Yes! Oh! Throw my arms in the air. Yogi's Great Escape. So these just screenshots? Because the last one was just finished off whatever it was. Yeah, look, Yogi's Great Escape. They are actually screenshots. So somebody's kind of... Have they created them themselves? This is what it looked like originally? Why would you keep a load of screenshots, though? Kind of cool that they have. Preservation, I guess. And there we go. Very exciting. Let's do another one. Might as well, while we're here. Let's see if there's any more on here. Extended mode, symbol shift K. Enter. Okay. Oh, no, that's a program. There's something else on here. Let's break that. Let's load this game. Alcatraz. We've got some games to play anyway. Alright, cool. This has been the most interesting tape thus far in the sense of, you know, of this new season, I think. There's been some good ones, but this is interesting because it's actually got not what it said it's got on the tape. It said it had pictures. So they've got a few pictures on there, but we've obviously got games on here as well. That's all good. I just realised, by the way, that the platoon box is actually the same size, almost the same size as a Rubber Keyed ZX Spectrum. I mean, that's value for money, isn't it? Right there. Okay, run. Ah, screen editor. Alcatraz. Load screens, edit screens, save data, load data. Watch screen. Well, what's load screen? Load from tape. Oh, right. That works well. 6, watch screen. Oh, it's running in the background. It's going to watch the screen so you can download it and whatever else it is. I've seen programs like this before. There was one that allowed you to copy games, actually, as well. It was kind of loaded into memory, but it was really kind of hungry for resources. Well, it wasn't hungry for resources, but basically, if it was anything more than a 16K game, you couldn't really load it into memory and copy it and then resave it, unfortunately. But right, I'm actually gonna do a new because I want to clear it completely, and let's see what's in here and see if we can find some more stuff. More stuff. More stuff. What a weird one this has been. This tape. I never thought anybody would actually save the screens. It's not something I mean, I like the screens, so don't get me wrong, I like loading screens, but I never thought anybody would actually go to the trouble of actually saving the loading screens. You know, there's a bit of preservation, I guess, but I'm really interested to know what that M128 thing is, though. That one's kind of got me wondering. Right, now I'll flip the tape over now, so that's where we're going from. Okay, might have another screen here. Oh, that doesn't sound good. Kind of music starting there. I thought it was maybe music, but it's not. Definitely not. Picky. Right. Okay. Well, I'm gonna cheat because I know how to do these, so I can do these things. I can load these now. Now that I've remembered how to do the screen, so we can see what this picky is. Picky. Something bad on the tape. So this is somebody's history we're going to be looking at here, probably. This is something they've drawn. I assume maybe that M128 is an art package of some sort. I say it is. It's picky. It's Chase HQ. So that's the Chase HQ picture. I just thought Chase HQ wasn't too bad on the Spectrum. Actually, wasn't bad. It's like anything else, though, when it came to arcade conversions. The early ones, if you get way back in the 80s and the 70s, those are kind of, I think, easier for them to do. Hey! Let's do another one, because I'm betting there's more screens on here. And we've got extended mode, symbol shift, key, enter. There's a way to do it, because that's how you used to save your screens as well. You used to save, did it, and install the screen, and that's how you'd save it. So what you do is you create all the screen, get it all to draw, and then plonk it on the screen, and that's how you do it. Picky 2. So somebody went to a lot of trouble to extract the backgrounds. Do you like the way I'm doing it though? Because we ended up with like all kinds of colour clash going on. Brilliant. Probably in their collection they had all these games though. See the award-winning film available on video from RCA Columbia Pictures. Wonder what this award-winning. The fact that I've got this thing, you can't really tell until until it loads what it's going to look like, or until the colours go through. We're looking, we're watching. My dog's joining in. That's Platoon. That's absolutely Platoon. Cool. Next. Extended symbol shift key. Liking this. What we got now? I like the fact that I can muck it up by loading it right over the top of the previous one. Picky 2. I think they're all called Picky 2 because our last one's called Picky 2. Is it the same one? I think it's the same one. I think they saved it twice because that's just filled in those North Vietnamese soldiers again. Yeah, he was getting shot. I was right. Look, there's bullet holes all over him. Getting shot. I knew he was. Who was that? Was that Willem Dafoe? Was that his name? Can't remember. There we go. That one again. Okay, let's see what we got else in here. Quite enjoying this one. That sounds terrible. Oh, here we go. I'm assuming Platoon won some Oscars or some whatever else it is. Batpicky, Batman. I'm Batman. Oh, it's from the movie. It's from the 1989 movie with Michael Keaton and what's his name? Oh, I can see it. I can hear it in my head. Jack Nicholson. That's the one. And music by Prince. Kind of good that actually. I remember that. Warner Brothers. I'm loving this. Somebody's got the trouble of putting all these on here. Just for me to find. Just for me to find. Horrible background noise there. Can't be blank when it makes that noise. I'm Batman. Holly. Oh. Look on all my loading screens. Hollywood Poker. Hello again, it's me. You've seen the Deviants loading pic yet? Yes, well, if not, look at half the blah blah blah. That was kind of interesting. Oh, do you hear that? We have music. We have music. Hang on, tape recorder. Music alert, music alert, music alert. Now, I think we were meant to see that text behind that Hollywood Poker there, by the way. I think that was meant to be hidden. I don't think you saw that during the loading. I don't think. So that was an interesting thing in its very nature. Okay, let me go. What's the game? Sounds familiar. I don't know what it is though. Interesting. Okay. I'm gonna fast forward it now. I've had enough of the blah 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 blah. We're still going. Is it? Is that Horace? No, it's not Horace, is it? Because that's the ringing the bell, isn't it? Oh, he's died. Okay, what's the game, guys? Anybody know? What game are we doing? Silence now. We got nothing. I got the end of the tape. Oh, well, that was quite interesting, actually. I quite enjoyed that one. No games, but actually just a very interesting sort of delve into this person's selection of games. It's really weird, though, that they went to the effort of copying the pictures off. Don't know why. But anyway, interesting. Anyhow, right. Let's get onto this cover tape. We've got Dream Warriors first. Just need to rewind this. We'll give that a whirl. Right. Just give that a quick rewind. Now, I've not played Dream Warriors, or I don't think I've played Dream Warrior. It was US Gold, big at the time. Did you know what US Gold's biggest thing was? US Gold had a lot of movie franchises licensed to them, so they could make it. They made it quite a lot, and also I think quite a lot of arcade ones as well. They did really well there. There was a big thing back then. These actually, in fairness, you know, we often knock the movie tie-in games, but in some cases, if you go back into the 80s, some movie tie-in games weren't actually that bad. RoboCop really does spring to mind when I think about movie tie-ins, and US Gold had some of these. There were some bad ones, yeah, but they weren't too bad at it. But I think the thing is that you didn't need as much development time on something like something like that back then in comparison to you might need now. I mean, people spend an awful lot of money on, you know, billion-dollar or multi-million-dollar things. What was it, 500 million or 300 million for the last Red Dead Redemption they spent on creating it, which is fine, but they didn't spend as much back then. They didn't need to. But I think that a decent indie version of a movie title can be just as good as a solid sort of as an expensive big budget. Because the thing is as well, computer games are notorious for taking longer to complete than anything else. We seem to have gone quiet. Oh no, we haven't. Oh wow. That's a clever bit of technology, writing straight to the screen. Yeah, but they can be just as good, and a decent indie title now can be a really a good swayer. I mean, I'm trying to think of a good example here. I mean, what was it called was quite good. The one for Watchmen wasn't too bad on the Xbox 360. That was Rorschach and Owlman, and it was a kind of a game that you played, and it was quite good actually. It wasn't a bad tie-in, if I'm absolutely honest. It wasn't brilliant by any means, but it was alright. It wasn't a bad beat-em-up, a two-player beat-em-up. You don't get many of those nowadays. So Dream Warriors, we've got a countdown top corner. I always liked those ones. That I always felt that they were cylindrical, you know, that the thing was rolling around, and I think I know that's how it's been created, but it just looks really cool. I kind of like timers, but I don't at the same time, because they kind of take all of the fun out of waiting for it to load. Oh look, we got 400 and something odd. I don't know if that's seconds or not. Is it minutes, seconds? I seem to be going a bit fast for that. It just seems to be an arbitrary number that's like shooting by. I don't know what bearing it would have on the whole thing, and to be honest with you, if you actually decided to stop it halfway through, I don't think the number would stop, it would just crash. So Dream Warrior. Wasn't there a movie, and this is, I'm going to drag through my brain here, wasn't there a movie called Dreamscape, which basically was about psychics being able to enter people's dreams, then being trained as killers that entered people's dreams and whatever else. It's an 80s movie. I'm sure it's called Dreamscape. I remember it being quite a terrifying thing, but they kind of fell asleep upright. There was a whole kind of, they had to be within range of their target to be able to jump into their dream, to be able to do something. So I just remember, I'm sure there's a point in the movie where like the main hero is kind of touching the wall with his fingers and sort of like leaning against the wall to try and fall asleep to get into the dream with somebody. It's just kind of a bit weird, really. I would have thought if they're just dreaming, then they could dream to more than like next door range. They're psychics after all. Yeah, bit weird. I have no idea what this is, by the way. Never played it. Not a game I recognise. The thing about it was the Spectrum had a lot of games, so I may have played games other people might have not played, and vice versa. There are a lot of games out there that especially with budget titles, the homebrew scene, what was effectively the amateur market, was just massive in the 80s. Brilliant it was. Practically anybody could submit a game. Right, I'm going to stop the tape. Press fire to start. Okay. That's my fire. There's my left and right. What's me up and down? That's pause. Must be an up and down somewhere. I don't know what my up and down is. I'm looking for my up and down. I must be able to move up and down because there's like a bit of a lizard creature there. Ah! Is that down? Right, that's weird. Those keys are weird. I found an up and down. I don't know what I'm meant to be doing. And the movement's kind of smooth, actually. And in fairness, it's a bit of a cluttered screen. Bit too much going on. Nice big sprite. Bit of a... Right, I'll move out of the way of that. It's not... Do you know something? It's not too bad. The move, as I say, the movement's smooth. That's definitely a bonus. Just can't work out. Oh, hang on, we've moved somewhere else now. That's an alien. Oh, he's gone. Ah, meant to collect the things on the floor. It looks like these are like pads to open up doorways. Aha. So we got that one. That one. Ah. That one. That one. Ah. Seems to have to hit two of them. Ah, no, I've got it. There, go. Not sure what I'm meant to be doing. However, I have to admit I'm quite impressed by the movement on the characters. Not a particularly good looking game. I am going to assume that this was created for the 16-bit market and then downgraded for the Spectrum to kind of get it in there. So I'm like a little soldier exploring what looks like an alien base. I assume it's not. I assume it's a. I'm assuming it's not a base. Right, I've gone back in there. There's a rat. No, it's got me. Right, get this one open like that. Go. Not sure. I would love to know what the cover looked like, actually. It's one of those games that, my interest in it obviously is enough that I'm being a bit silent occasionally there, because I'm kind of don't know what I'm doing. However, to be fair, it's not bad, actually. I'm doing terrible, of course, but I was like little explosions of them. Not because of... Problem is, I don't know quite what I'm doing. It doesn't... yeah. Also one of those games that requires the old ZX Spectrum map, the kind of getting all of that kind of thing out and doing that. I think if I'd got this on my Your Sinclair tape, I would have probably been quite impressed by it. I think that I would have been sort of quite pleased to play this one, simply because I think the level that you know, that it's quite. In fairness, it's quite a competent game. The guy's moving along quite nicely, and it looks smooth enough. I just don't know what I'm meant to be doing. There'll be something I'm missing. There'll be a key I'm missing. I'll be like having to interact with some kind of panel along the way that I haven't realised I meant to interact with to get further along. Ah, look, I'm going to wake up. Look at Z's. Look, I've got little Z's there. Ah! Oh, God. Right, okay. I managed to put in the wrong name. There we go. And enter. There we go. Slim Jim, Willie Not, Andy Over. A demo. Put a demo. Made demo. No, not sure about that one. Don't know what it's about. Solid to play in the sense of the movement was there. Just don't know entirely what I was meant to be doing with that one. Right, so okay, on we go. The next one. Now this is this passing shot thing that I was talking about before. It's actually quite. I think it's the one I'm thinking it is. So what we'll do is we'll give it a load and we'll see whether it is. I'm sure it's some kind of it's kind of a weird bat and ball game, if I remember rightly, where you kind of fire the ball over the net, then suck it up and then fire it back again, I think. I know that sounds a bit weird, but you kind of like a little suction thing, so you kind of scoop it up and throw it again. It's like catching the ball and throwing it again, but so that the other person doesn't catch it, and then you kind of win the game, I guess. Oh. That's because it's on side B. That'll explain it. I thought it was on side 1. It's not. It's on side B. I should have read the instructions. Right, okay. Let's go for it. I bet if I'd loaded that other one, we would have got music as well on the 128K mode. It would have been more sensible to have loaded that way. But I didn't. What an idiot. There we go. Passing shot. Passing. I wonder if it's got a nice loading screen. That last one that Dream Warrior had a very good loading screen. It was really quite artistic. Load code or bytes. It's maybe not the game I'm thinking of. I'm sure it was I can't remember who it was. Oh, is it Tenjin or something like that? No, maybe not. Don't know. Can't remember the name of the company it was for. Loading the code. There's no screenshot. That's not a good sign. Well, it doesn't mean very much, to be honest with you, because to be fair, it is a demo version of it. It's how we got quite a lot of our stuff, actually, as kids as well. We used to try the demo, and then we were like, oh, that's really good, must have that game. And that's what we did when we got the game. Used to love that. You know, you get your fix of your Sinclair or Sinclair user. And Crash. I don't think Crash came with tapes until later on. I think early on there wasn't tapes with it. And I don't think I avoided it, but I quite enjoyed reading it, but it wasn't quite the same if we didn't have a tape with it. We liked the tapes. Tons of them. No tape to remove this today though as well off the front, you know, sort of the old sellotape to take off. Oh, the dreaded R-tip. Do you know what? Do you know what's worse is I actually moved there and I thought to myself, I'll just move it, it'll be fine. Won't be a problem. Let's give it another try. Right, okay, we're rewinding you. Yeah, you don't calm down. I moved my hands. I dared to move my hands. Moved them to the left. Oh, moved them to the left. Stuck to the right. Did the pelvic thrust. Rocky Horror Show, if you don't know what that is, or the reference. I'm gonna search for it now on my phone to see whether I can find it in case it's there. Alright, gonna do search. Passing shot. ImageWorks version of it, that's what it said on the front, didn't it? So there's an encore version of that as well. There's a 48K version, and there's a much larger version later. Isn't that interesting? I wonder if they... you wonder about the remakes, you know, what they added to them. Maybe there was a loading screen that previously wasn't there. I've got it just in case we can't get to it, because I'd like to see this. I'd like to see another game. Little blue lines going. Blue and yellow lines. They're mesmerising. I can imagine that it would have been absolutely, it must have been awful having to load games in sort of, in Dixon's and whatever else it is in the morning. That could have been terrible. There you are, and Dixon's and Comet and Curry's, those stores, and you have to put the tapes in every morning. Mind you, to be fair though, you might be into it. It was kind of the time of the home computer. It's probably quite exciting being a sales assistant and not just double clicking on an icon and making it load up and having a splash screen that runs over and over again for various suppliers. That must be a bit soul-destroying over loading something. I mean, can you imagine, though? Did Dixon's and Comet and all those kind of things, did they invest in their own kind of loading thing as well, though? I don't know. They should have done, shouldn't they? They should have done a Dixon's kind of like, and whatever else it is, loading sort of screeny thingy that goes with it. Well, that's okay. I'm not touching it. Bytes graphics. So the code's loaded, now the graphics are loading. It's loading. I'm watching it very pensively now. I'm sort of sitting here waiting for it to not do something nice. Just you behave. It's being good. It's almost there. I can feel it. There can't be many graphics. I'm sure if it's the game I'm thinking of, it wasn't the most complex of games. Okay. And then we've got pokes on here and a few other things. And I said to you, I think I said before in it was either the last or the video before, I was talking about the pokes being kind of a little bit of a showcase for the developers involved. So you'd load that poke thing, wouldn't take long, and then you get holding his breath. Extra. You'd get from the pokes. Ooh. Oh, right. Joystick 2. Oh, it's not. It's tennis. It's tennis. Oh no! Right. Okay, I've got to go across the room because I need. Hang on. Over to one. Have one here. Not prepared for this one today at all. Not prepared at all. Hang on. Let's have a look. Hang on. I'm looking in my drawer beside me just see if I can find a Sinclair joystick. So I haven't plugged in my Kempson today. I need a Sinclair one because Sinclair are the only ones that work on the whole thing. Sinclair joystick, Sinclair joystick, Sinclair joystick. So we need the double connectors for a Sinclair joystick. Because basically, for some reason, they decided not to use the same standard on the Spectrum as the Atari. So you had to have a Sinclair adapted one with had a grey connector on the end of it that allowed you to do that. Now, do I have one here? No, it's not going well. Let's see if I can find one. 2 seconds, I'm just going to run across the room. Hang on. Right, I'm just heading over the room. Still here. Don't go anywhere. I'm still here. Oh gosh. Oh, I'm just buried in the bottom of a cupboard here at the moment. Where is it? Where's the joysticks gone? This is ridiculous. I'm looking. Hang on. God. Brace yourselves. It's probably not even worth it considering it's a tennis game. It's not the greatest of things in the world, is it? What have I got here? Aha! Yes! Victory! Oh, what a lot of trouble. Just to play a what's it called? I hope I've chosen the right joystick. Right, so basically this has like another style of 9-pin adapter, which allows you to use. Oh god, I can't even find the right way around to put it in. Right, we go. There we go, 9-pin adapter. Go in. I think it's in. Right. There we go. So I've got my name in. Oh, damn. Right. I hope it's a good version of tennis, though. I mean, after all that, level 1 easy. Yeah, that's fine. Don't remember this one. The French final. which is me. I served, I got an ace. Didn't even know I had. I'm not hitting that, you know. Return ace. Okay. I'm not hitting that. I'm hitting that. That was me. So it's kind of, it does to a top down from like a 3D view, which you don't seem to have any control over. Oh, there is some control over it. I just have to swing at it with any kind of button you like. Return ace. Right, okay. That was served ace. I hadn't realised that you can hit it with any button you like. And it's a high ball back. Out. Cool. Game over. Wow. By Mirrorsoft. I thought it said Imageworks on there actually earlier. Did you not think it said Imageworks? I'm quite convinced that the cassette. I'm going to take it out now and look at this and read this. It says Imageworks. Did Imageworks become Mirrorsoft? Maybe they did. Maybe they did. Right, okay. So, yeah, it was tennis. It was well worth it. It was well worth me trouncing around. And there are parts all over the floor now. There are joysticks everywhere. Just for a bit of that. Also available in Atari ST, Amiga, Commodore 64, Amstrad, and MSX. I think I might have played it on the Amiga, you know. I get the feeling I did, anyway. Right, okay. Carry on. Let's go for it. We'll reset. This should be Pokes now, or something else. So what we'll do is we'll do the loader, and we'll see what else is here. So we've got the remainder of this little tape to have a little look at. We're going for it. Well, hang on a minute. Speed lock. I didn't fast forward that tape. I know I didn't. Right. Okay, so load code done. But I don't remember it fast forwarding on too far. Maybe I've gone too far. That sounds like the beginning of it. Let's do load again. Let's see if it go for it. That's the extras. That's not going to work. So let's leave it and see what happens. This says speed lock. Yeah. I don't remember rewinding it. Let's see if it goes to the next bit. See if there's something after this. Because that must be part of this passing shot. Has to be. There we go. ALS. No idea what ALS is in this context because unfortunately the tape was ripped as we saw earlier. Pensively waiting. I think I've used the word pensive like 5 times in this video today. Oh, Lawnmower Simulator. A powerful and accurate... I didn't expect Lawnmower Simulator on here. Oh, we get to choose what we need. Select a relevant number to go. I've got the Capra Grassmaster, the DAF Turfomatic, the Acme Mega Cut 3000, the Acme Lawn Ace, the Flymo Grass Chum, and the Patio Spinetta. I think we're going to have to go with the Caprica. Number 1. I'm sorry, I'm afraid it's broken at the moment. Oh, okay. Number 2. Sorry, that's broken at the moment. 2. Right, okay. Number 3. I'm afraid it's broken. 4. 5. 6. It's working well. M engages the motor and M disengages it. Ready to play? Yes, I am. Okay, we've got to cut the grass. Are you ready for it? Here we go. Cutting the grass. We're mowing the lawn. Need a break. Whoo! It's hard holding down the M button. Carry on. Have you seen the graphics on this thing? It's awesome. And you can hear the engine revving as you come to an idle look. And then we're going to go for it. Listen. Oh, you can hear it eating the grass away. It's beautiful. Now we've passed the halfway point. It's going to get tough now. I've still got the M key held down and my finger's getting quite tired at this point. It's the muscles are tensing and I can feel the tendons pulling. You know, this is the point where, you know, a lesser gamer would not be able to manage. But we're almost there. We're there. Oh well, mode. It's the one. We've won. Corned beef sandwich has been earned. You know it's a good game when you have to have a corned beef sandwich at the end. Press any key. I'm assuming all the other ones are still broken. Yeah, that's it. We can only have the Patio Esprinetta. So that's the one. So that's the lawnmower simulator. A difficult game, a very difficult game, very hard. You know, if you have the skill like myself, you may be able to finish it in a single game, but it does take a lot of practice, and that M key pressing is particularly hard work. You know, it's very hard work. Anyway, let's reset the computer and let's see if we can find. Maybe we can break out of this. Actually, it's maybe that kind of it is. You can probably even list it. Oh no, you can't. Oh damn. Right, let's load the next one. Let's go see what else is on here. Well, I'm not entirely sure we can get surpass the Advanced Lawnmower Simulator or the Lawnmower Simulator. It's kind of a classic. In all seriousness, though, there is actually a new version. I think it's called Grass Cutter or something similar. You can get it on Steam. It's quite funny, really. Now, that's it. That's all that's on the tape. I thought there was some pokes. Now, I'm looking at it, and I think it says Advanced Complete. That's it. Passing shot and Advanced Lawnmower Simulator. I'm afraid we've had to leave. Well, we're going to finish on a high though. Advanced Lawnmower Simulator, an absolute high for the end of this particular episode. Anyway, I've been your host, Real Genetic Demon. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye bye now.